Okay, we got the first battery in here. Let's see what kind of voltage it's going to be running before I do any charging at all. Alright, let's see what it's going to read. $13.3. Read 13.3. So let's put the charger on it. Let it charge. This is the information of the battery. It says recommended charging currents 25 amps. But the maximum of our charger is 6 amps at 12 volts. So we're going to charge it at that. Take it time and let it charge until the BMS actually kicks out, so it won't be overcharged. Then we'll do the other one. Then we'll put both of them back in the car and be sure the state of charge on the app is 100% and go from there. So let's get this one charging. Alright, it's reading 13.3. Let's plug it in. Got to keep access to my coffee maker because I'm getting ready to make some. Let's see what voltage we go to. 13.3 to be sure we got it on the max. We got 6 amps. Charging at 2 amps right now, I do believe. Yeah, because I had a different battery I was charging. Let's go 6. Charge at 6 amps. Flip it back to 2. Yeah. Let it charge. See what time it is. 12:15. Come back at say 1, somewhere between 1 and 1:30 and see what the voltage is looking at. Well, as I sit here and work on somebody's cameras, they got 2 cameras here that they trying to figure out what app to use and all that, and sitting here charging them up. I figured out what app that actually it's required to have, and sometime this week I get the cameras back to them and get them set up, connected to their Wi-Fi and all that good stuff. But I'm sitting here today, it's Sunday, and going to just relax today. And just get some things done around here. Charging the batteries of the solar system for the Rav4 to see if I can figure out what the issue was happening on that. Hopefully it's just a bad connection on one of the terminals, so it would not be charging but one battery. And I need to get back in here, which I'm glad the summer's pretty much getting out of here. Still got a few weeks of hot weather, but as it gets cooler, people going to migrate back to their home, and their kids and all get back to school, and the RVs will kind of be dormant for the winter time. So then I can get back to doing this. I got the insulation in this side. Still got this side over here. I got to take out 2 windows just like I got right here. Put up new studs. Be sure it's all sealed. Put the window framing around the windows. Put them back in. Then I can put insulation over there and put up the wall. Then I got ceiling here I got to get insulation up in, be sure it's not leaking anymore, get the lights. I don't know if I go back with the same lights or put a track light. I may put two separate lights since I do have wires here and there where the two lights were. I may just put them back. Nothing wrong with them. And they are all bright and all switched over from element light bulbs to LED. So I may just put the same fixtures right back up here. But that's what I'm doing mainly. I got my good old tea from McDonald's. Get ready to make me some coffee while the battery up there charges. Hopefully I can get that one charged completely today so I can start charging the other one tonight. I don't know how long it's going to take to actually charge it, but we're going to let it go into the BMS, the battery monitoring system built into the battery actually opens up so it won't get overcharged. And hopefully I do that to both batteries and be sure the SOC, state of charge, in the app is showing 100% after both batteries actually settle down. And when they settle, then I'll tie them together, set the state of charge, be sure the terminals are nice and clean, and then just run it and see what happens when I discharge it more than 50%, because pretty much that's where it went, was 50%. It showed 100 amp hours used. I think 101 actually. And then it just shut down, which would indicate it's only discharging one battery. But we will see over time and see how this actually plays out. Because I haven't had, prior to this, I didn't have any unusual phenomena with the batteries, like it's not charging fast enough or it's discharging too fast or anything like that. When I plugged in something, it just worked. So I think it was just a loose connection, because I remember when I got up that morning from camping, when it was still beeping, I moved one of the wires on the negative side all the way to the right, which was on this battery. It was not completely tight. I grabbed it and it actually moved a little bit. So I'm thinking it's just got a loose connection, even though I torqued them down when I put it in there, but it happens. Vibration and all that. Going off-road with the Rav4, which I love doing. All them hills and bumps and everything else. Vibration. Maybe I'll put a lock nut or a lock washer under each one of them just to help it, to keep it from getting loose. If that was the issue, why? If not, it still will help it. But it's just time it takes to charge them. And it's charging at 6 amps. And they say recommend charging a lot more than that, but I like to charge them slowly and over time, and then let the solar charge them from then on. And the charger will charge, I think the maximum it will do is 30, but the maximum I ever seen was something like 15, 18. That's the max I ever seen it ever do it. So we should be good. So we'll see if my theory is correct, if it was just a loose terminal and it was only discharging from one battery and not two. Hopefully that's all it was, because I don't want to have to replace the battery. It hadn't been but maybe just a couple of years, 2.5 years since I actually had this set up in there, if that long. So I don't think it's the battery, because I put a little charge on it for an hour and it actually held it, and I put a load on it and it didn't like drop like a rock. It was actually holding the charge that it took. So I think it's just a loose connection.
But we will see, because that's the only thing I'm going to do is charge them and be sure it's got a good connection and put it back together and not change anything. And I will feel comfortable if it starts working then correctly. It was nothing but a loose connection on one of the batteries, and it was not discharging from that particular battery. So we'll see. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.